Good morning everybody, it's Jasmine here and it's 5:30 a.m. where I am, and I just woke up to some very waited for news. I think the whole of New Zealand has waited for this news for the past year, and that is the sentencing decision on the perpetrator of the March 2019 terrorist attack in Christchurch. So, for the first time ever in New Zealand history, the perpetrator has been given the sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. So, for the remainder of his life, he will be spending that in jail or in prison, which is pretty exceptional because we don't do that in New Zealand. In New Zealand, I think the longest sentences are like 25 years or something like that, and people are expected to get out on parole. There is an expectation that through the programs in prison, people will improve their lives and come out of prison with hopefully a better mindset and to not commit those crimes again, with the support that they have received in prison. So I think most New Zealand will be pretty happy with this sentence because it really shows and says that this is the worst thing that has ever happened and it's the worst crime that we've ever seen, and that it goes beyond just killing people. The perpetrator spent a long time planning these attacks and thinking about it and thinking about the impact that this would happen, that would happen when he committed these crimes. And so he had so many opportunities to decide not to do it, and yet to still go through with it is pretty significant. I mean, I can't understand it. I don't think I know anybody that could understand it. And I mean, what type of punishment would fit that sort of crime? Not only having taken people's lives, but to have meticulously planned it over a long period of time and to do it in order to cause terror in the rest of the community. That's hard to really put a number on that. And the other question is, would he be able to rehabilitate? And that's not something that I can answer. He's obviously spent a lot of time indoctrinating himself into those, not only racist, but also extremist racism. I mean, people can be racist, but they don't have to go out and terrorize, a community of people. So, he spent a long time getting into that, seeking out those people that think the same as he does, and really committing to his beliefs. I mean, how much time would it take to undo that? Is it even possible? I don't know. So I think for a lot of us, and I think myself included, the sentence seems appropriate. And I think that whatever the sentence was going to be, it's never going to feel right because we just can't understand it. And so nothing that happens can really help us understand it. And that's kind of the the disappointing thing about, you know, when these things, they go to trial, and you know, you kind of get your hopes up that you'll find something out or understand something, but it doesn't, and it sucks to not understand any better. I think beyond the sentence, the biggest sort of insult to the perpetrator is that and I think a lot of other people can't remember his name, can't remember his face. I have no idea. And obviously when he committed these crimes, he streamed them online, and he wrote stuff about what he was going to do and things like that. He wanted to be known and to be, I guess, a martyr for his cause of hate. And I can't remember really anything about him. I know that he was an Australian national, and that's all I can remember. So I think that that's one of the biggest punishments, to go through all of that and to be just a nobody. That's gotta hurt. I hope. But the last thing that I wanted to say was that it's so impossible for us to understand why somebody would do this. Well, I can understand the why. Like, okay, you decide that you want to hurt people and make people afraid and things like that. But how you could actually do that, it's impossible for me to understand. Like, it's just so scary. And I think that that's why this person has been given the longest sentence ever in New Zealand, is because it's so impossible for us to understand how somebody could actually do that stuff. So it just makes us afraid, because if you can't understand it, how can you stop it? Yeah. So yeah, that's the big news. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you're happy. I mean, I was glad that he was given, you know, the biggest sentence in New Zealand, because that seems fitting. But it's also hard to just not feel kind of lost, really. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll hear from you guys later. Hey, door.